What's going on, YouTube? Official Keith here, man. It is Monday, June the 8th, 2020, and I'm taking my Monday ride in the Mopar. So this is Mopar Mondays, where we just talk about anything, or I talk to you about anything. Leave comments down below if you want something specifically talked about next Monday. But we're gonna go off the dome again this Monday today. First, have you ever noticed as a YouTuber, have you ever noticed like you'll have video, like you'll put your video up and then you'll say something like follow these instructions, or look at the link down below to get more information, or look at the box down below to get more information. Have you ever noticed that you see those subscribers that just do not follow the instructions, the basic instructions, and then they thumbs down your video, or they'll write some remarks on your video or in your comments that is just crazy? And of course, as a YouTube creator or as an account owner, you have the ability to hold all the comments and review them before they are posted. Now with my channel, there's just some words that I have blocked. But for the most part, your comments are welcome, whether they be positive, neutral, or negative. But one of my videos that I've seen that has gotten a huge spike in views, like I think it's somewhere in the thousands. I don't know the exact number. But it's a video about resetting my Uconnect radio just by holding down on the upper right corner of the screen itself while the radio is on. Now, I mentioned in that video that this is working with my 2017 Dodge Charger, but I've seen there's been some comments in there where it's like it's not working. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, to be honest, because it worked for me and it still works for me to this day. And there's quite a few comments that are in there that'll say, hey, thanks, you saved me a trip to the dealership, this, that, and the third, and I appreciate those comments. Then I see the comments where it's not working, or can this work on a different car, or this is a waste of time. I appreciate those comments. I mean, it's just, you have to look at the channel, you have to look at the video, and then just go into a habit of looking at the description box, because a lot of times there's a lot of useful information there that people just do not take the time to look at. It's only a few moments to look at it. And it's not just for me. I mean, I've seen a lot of YouTubers where the YouTubers will say something like, look, follow this link and get a discount, or follow this link and you'll see the instructions on how to do this, that, and the third. And then, like magic, people will just come on there and just start yapping off. So I find that kind of funny. Man, who'd have thought in 2020 that we would celebrate drive-bys? Drive-by! We celebrate them. 10, 15, 20 years ago, hell, even a year ago, if you'd have told me that car clubs, communities would come together and do drive-bys to celebrate a person, I would have laughed at you. But we are here, folks. The sickness, the virus has us here. But I think it's a good idea, especially if you are a part of a car club, and especially if it's for the younger kids. Like, they get a kick out of seeing the cars. The cars revving their engines, or how they look. Now, of course, in my case, if I rev my engine, the kids will be like, I didn't hear it. V6, right? But my car looks kind of cool. Actually, it looks really cool. And it's a continuous work as far as how this car is going to look at the end result. But it's just pretty awesome that we can come together during this time and do a drive-by and just celebrate folks. Just celebrate folks. I saw a video this morning. I forgot her name, but I'm gonna throw her name up on the screen. Her YouTube channel. Her and her husband are a part of Mopar Mafia, I believe, in Houston, Texas. And her video was a live stream. I think she did 2 of them, and she showed where the club got together and they celebrated whoever it was that was graduating, I believe, or a birthday or something. But I think that's cool that we do that. Some of the neighbors may not like it, but at the end of the day, everybody's being safe, everybody's being respectful, and it makes that person that's being celebrated just feel that much better, especially during this time where we have to social distance. So let's continue that. Like, I think the drive-bys are actually going to continue even long after this epidemic is over, or this pandemic is over. Look at the cops right there. You think he's slick? I got a camera. I see you. Oh, you looking down? Are you asleep? Anyway, but yeah, I think even long after this pandemic is over, the celebratory drive-bys will keep going. So that's pretty cool. I also wanted to touch up on Wham. Now, I believe Wham is moved to October, I want to say. And I'm curious how many people are still going to go to Wham. I actually wanted to go last year, but I wasn't able to go. And then, of course, this year it gets postponed, not canceled, but postponed. So it's moved to October. So 99% of me wants to go, but there's that 1% of me that's just like, that's still gonna be a bunch of people. And I get it, folks. Some of y'all are out here in these streets like, look, bruh, I'm out here living my life, and whatever happens, happens. I'm not disrespecting your decision. I'm not mocking it at all, but for me, I don't know, because I still got I got a youngin', my son, and I don't want to be the cause of an elevated risk when it doesn't have to be. So that's something that we'll have to kind of figure out, because he talked about it too, because me and him were both going to go. What we may do, since Wham is in Dallas, and Dallas is my home area, what we may do is we may just go during that time, but then just drive with a car club or something. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some members of the car club that I'm in. I'm pretty sure there's some members that's going to go up there. So maybe we'll just ride up there with them, or follow with them. And then, since my family's there, me and my son will stay with my family. One of my family's up there. And then during the festivities, like maybe doing just cruising, then we'll take part of that. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that's a good idea. I fully look to see some YouTubers coming to this event, to the Wham event that I follow on YouTube. I'll probably just throw some names on the screen, because I'm not gonna remember everybody, but and not trying to call you out, bro, or anything like that, but one particular person that I would love to meet is Fstgato. His channel is up and coming. He has a Challenger Hellcat, that Chally Cat, aka Fstgato, or that Challenger Hellcat, and that thing has one of the sickest wraps I've ever seen, and he has a quote on the back of his trunk. Man, I came not prepared today for this video, but he has a quote on the back of his trunk, and I don't know what it says word for word, but it says something like, in order to enjoy the wins, you gotta accept some L's. I know that's not how it said, like how he has on his trunk, but if you go to his channel, Fstgato, then you'll see it on his trunk lid. But that rings true, and not only in cars but in life. If you want to remain in that winning stage, sometimes you have to take some L's. Perfect example, when I decided that I wanted to get a charger, I knew right off the bat I wanted a V6 charger. Yeah, I could have gone for a V8, but I wanted a V6 because I wanted to use more money to accessorize my car. And I knew if I even tried to get a V8 at the time, I wouldn't be able to do what I want to do. Whereas with the V6, you save thousands of dollars and you can do a lot of stuff to the car. But before I got this car, I actually reached out to a dealership that I was told was a well-known dealership, and the dealership's not in Austin, Texas, and I'm not going to shout them out because I'm not going to give them any type of publicity on my channel, and I'll explain why. So I saw this 2017 Charger. It was an SXT Charger, but it was a Rally Edition, and Rally Editions come with a little bit extra stuff. So I'm just like, oh man, and the price. You never pay sticker for a car. But had that price been the absolute lowest price, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. I'll put it to you that way. That's how, like, I was like, oh man, that car is it, right? So I'll contact them, I fill out the credit application, I do everything. And mind you folks, and I'll tell you, and I'm transparent, my credit is not the best. I have made some bonehead moves in the past, and those bonehead moves have been corrected. And my credit is getting there. It's not where I want it to be, but it's getting there, which is a good thing. And they contacted me back, and they were just like, "No, man, we can't do anything for you." Now, at the time that I was trying to get this car, I did have a little something, kind of like a rainy day fund. And that was before a whole bunch of other shenanigans popped off, and I'm not going into that. But I had a little bit of something put aside to where I was going to put some money down. And the guy called me back, and he immediately told me, "No, man, there's nothing we can do for you." I said, "So you don't have any way of getting me financed into that car?" And the guy was like, "No, we don't have that. We don't have anything." And I said, "Thanks for your time," and I hung up. That was my L. You know what I'm saying? And then you move months later, because it was some months in between that time that I checked and the time for this car. And months later, I go to a different dealership, and woof, man, the street. I go to a different dealership, and not only did I get the car, but I didn't put any money down. Zero. Nothing. Within months. And here's a kicker right here. My credit stayed the same. There was no, it didn't get worse, but it didn't get better. It stayed the same. And this dealer was able to get me financing. And I will tell you right now, I got financing through Capital One. Every bank is going to have their pros and cons, but so far I've had no issues with Capital One. Absolutely not one. Matter of fact, they called me about 2-3 weeks ago, and they left me a voicemail message, and they said, "Hey, we're here for you. If you run into some issues making payments or whatever, just let us know. We have several situations that are available, including skipping payments and yada, yada, yada." So not getting that rally and getting into this SXT here, not getting that rally was my loss. That was my L. But my win was this car right here. This car has been a beast for me. When I need to get up and put the hammer down, it goes down. The car goes fast. I don't care what any V8 person tells you when they say V6s don't go fast. Yes, V6s go fast. 4-cylinders go fast. Any car will go fast if the speedometer, has some high numbers. It's just about how quick it is. Now, V6s are not quick cars. I will tell you that. They're not quick cars. Stock. But when you start modifying a V6, then that's when you can start adding more power, and that's when you can start noticing quicker 0 to 60 times, for example. So, yeah, man, that's a good quote by Fstgato, man. Again, shout out to him. I hope he goes to Wham. Homie, if you're seeing this, family, you family, man. I hope if you see this, hope you're able to make that trip. But yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers that are a part of the Mopar family that I would like to meet and just talk to, just pick your brain for a little bit. And like I say, there's members of Mopar Mafia in Houston. There's members of MoPower in Dallas, Fort Worth. There's also DFWLX. I would also like to meet them. I mean, there's a lot of cool clubs that are floating around, and I would definitely like to meet them at Wham. So Wham is on the radar for now, and me and my son, hopefully we'll be able to enjoy as many festivities as possible. Man, we're gonna end Mopar Mondays with the homeless. There's a lot of homeless people here, and I believe the city of Austin is a sanctuary city, meaning that the homeless can kind of just post up where they can around the city just to have some type of shelter or covering. But I see that, man, my heart goes out to them because it's tough out there for them. You know, you have, and I believe a good chunk of the people that are homeless, they didn't want to get to that point, and now that they're there, they're trying their best to just make it every day. But then there are some homeless, and I've seen this. There's some homeless where they're just like, no, man, you gotta get me, give me some money so I can go get some alcohol, or I can do this, that, and the third. That's one of the reasons why I just stopped giving money to homeless, and I'm gonna tell you my experience with that. Basically, a homeless person had a sign out that says that they were hungry. So me being the person that I am, I decided to go and get some food, and I didn't get any fast food either. Like, I went to at the time, Luby's was open here, and I think Luby's is still open, but I think all over the state of Texas, they've closed most of them down. But Luby's was open, and I went and got a full meal. Like, I got that person, I remember the meal: chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes. I got him some broccoli, and what else I get him? 2 rolls, and then a thing of tea. And I went back. I'll go a couple of charges. I went back to go give this person the food and the drink, and these were his exact words: "I don't want that shit. I need some money." What? Like, I didn't. You had a sign that says you're hungry. So if I'm giving you food, why would you not accept it? And that right there was just, that was the end for me, is because there was times before that I actually gave money, like $1 here or 50 cents there, to the homeless. And I'm not saying that all the homeless are like that, but and I gave that food because he said he was hungry, and he told me he didn't want it and he wanted money. I was done with giving money. Now, do I still help the homeless when I can? Absolutely. But it's always food and drink. It's never money. It's always food and drink. I just think food and drink just goes a little bit longer way, because this is how I think. We still live in a society where people look at you and they judge you, right? So if you've seen homeless people, which I know most viewers have, if you see a homeless person going into an establishment trying to spend the money that they just received off the street just to try to get something to eat or drink, are they going to be treated fairly? And let's just be real, more than likely, no. Now, there are some businesses that will take in a homeless and be like, hey, even though you got to, kind of do something like this, or walk through this entrance, or do whatever, they'll still help. But then there's some establishments that will stop them at the door, even when they're trying to spend the little money that they received on the street just because of their appearance. So when I can, I'll do food and drink. I definitely pray for them all the time, 24/7. Prayer is a powerful thing. Y'all need to know about that. If you don't know, holla at your boy. I talk to you about it. But that's pretty much it for Mopar Mondays, man. I'm back in the neighborhood, man, taking it easy, going slow, because it's, even though it's hot outside, it's 91 degrees right now. Them babies be out in the street, and you can't be driving down the street fast. And this goes for anybody in the neighborhood, man. Y'all drive slow through these streets. Don't drive fast. Your house will be there when you get there. But thank you for taking some time out to watch this video. This is Mopar Monday. Tomorrow will be Tech Tuesday, and we got a nice device that we're going to review. I've already opened it because of the condition of the box, and so it won't be an unboxing, but we'll definitely review that device. But as always, thanks for taking some time to watch this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. You subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. And until next time, until next Monday, till next Mopar Monday, you are now official, and we will see you later. Holla at your boy.